I did grind up levels a bit. I think there was a couple evolutions, but not in this party. They are in the PC. We also have Marini, who we may not legally use in battle right now. They only exist as a surf and waterfall ride because we need that HM to get through to the Elite Four. So without further ado, we are going to just go straight for it. I am really hoping that the cards behave enough for us to get through the Elite Four today in the next 4 hours, but we will see. You never know. Let me do my usual speed up to... Like I said, I level grinded a little. I might have slightly overdid it, but honestly I was anticipating we are going to be continually having to switch teams, or every so often, and so experience is split, and additionally the levels of the Elite Four and the Champion really spike up there. So I just anticipated all of that, and we are hopefully prepared as well as we can without knowing what the cards have in store. What I really wished I could have done, I almost did and then remembered I can't, is I wanted to train up Marini, go do the Pokeathlon to get a Water Stone and evolve Marini. But we can't legally use Marini, so I can't even train Marini. I just remembered, I think one person did call me for a rematch while I was grinding, but I didn't bother doing that on stream. If we need some experience for the Elite Four, we'll do that. Oh, I couldn't have done that move. I've been doing it. Oops. Okay, well, I remembered we have to use Sonic Boom. Dang it. In fact, just so I remember, I'm putting the moves we legally can use at the top. Well, so hopefully remember. Oh, Voltor's a champion. Yeah, correct. Voltorb can do whatever he wants. Okay, but Rock Slide I'll put at the bottom because we can't use Rock Slide with Kecleon. And we can use anything with Sigilyph because what a moveset. Yeah, got I think one new move is Ominous Wind since then. Kecleon I think got Feint Attack since then. Pichu did get Ancient Power while it was level grinding. Pichu can use anything anyways, though, because Pichu's a champion also. And Marini can't battle. So we're actually not too impaired. We literally are, all that Elements is blocking with this team is Rock Slide. I actually want to refix the moves then. Thanks for that reminder. Oops. The old Solar Beam, Wish, Hidden Power, Ominous Wind, Xatu. Listen, it's a moveset. I don't know if it's going to be a good moveset, but it's the moveset that we got. What is that to a special attack? Special attacker, right? Yeah. So the upside is it's all special moves. Hidden Power, by the way, I've already deduced, is Psychic. Wait. I need to check. How does the rule work with it? If Hidden Power... God, where's Elements? Even if they would get stabbed. Okay, so it's fine. It is fine. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, we actually do have a stab move that we can sneak through the rules with. which is hidden power. I don't know how much power the hidden power has, but hey, however much power it actually has 50% more because it's psychic. Okay. These tentacles and tentacles aren't really worth much, but it's just about as quick as running away. Since it's just a one-shot anyways. It's actually less button presses, but then a little more of an animation. But, I will say the best thing to find when I was grinding is occasionally you get a tentacruel in this water, and the tentacruels are worth way more experience than the tentacles. So I spent a lot of time hoping for tentacruels. Yeah, I think this way I haven't found them. You're good, aren't you? What is this, an ace trainer? Yeah, ace trainer Brian. With a Mareep. I like that Mareep's skin is like blue. It contrasts the yellow really good. Also, this is kind of a weird matchup. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, that is better despite being resisted. Okay, well, we're being outspeeded now anyways, that's fine. Honestly, I was, for some reason, thinking Cotton Spore was like Stun Spore, which would make sense that a Mareep would have, but I was thinking, oh no, I'm getting paralyzed. Listen, it's been a long week, and it's only Tuesday. Anything up here? No, I don't see any hidden items. Oh god. Is there a hidden item there? I kind of want to check. Where is... You know what? I always forget to check the berry pots. They're probably... Yeah, they're back to that. So where's dowsing? Yeah, dowsing. Oh, I gotta click touchscreen. I don't think there's anything over there. Unless it's too far to see. Yeah, I don't think there's anything over there. Walt, what do you want? So, alright, didn't today's bug catching competition? Yeah, it's the bug catching competition. We drew a card already for bug catching contest. So, Destiny not. That would be useful if we were training, or if we were breeding. But I have no plans to breed. This is almost certain. This has gotta be an item. Oh, or revive. Okay, not bad. No duo. I haven't been complimenting wild Pokemon. Oops. Though I think Voltorb as a champion would be immune to the rule, right? Immune to all rules, right? Let me make sure if it's immune to that weird niceness. I think though there's no. Yeah, ignore the effects of all cards. So technically, I don't have to be complimenting things when I have Voltorb, when I have a champion in the lead, I feel, but I'm still going to try to, because if I don't have the habit drilled into my head, yeah, it is an interesting question. I'm going to still try to, because if I don't have the habit drilled into my head, it'll increase the odds that I'll screw up later on. But it says the exact ruling for the card says or for champion. The exact ruling for champion says it may ignore the effects of all cards, other than the kings and the card that made it a champion. So that 10 Real Niceness, the effect of its card is switching it out. That's how I would understand it. That being said, like I said, I'm going to try to anyways, just for the sake of consistency. So, Doduo, I think it's cool that they put flying type on a Pokemon that can't fly back in Gen 1. I have to specify back in Gen 1, because I don't think that, I don't think Galarian Zapdos can fly, even though it's flying fighting. And technically stuff like Jumpluff can't fly, it floats. Oh no, another one? I always like the multi-headed concept for Pokemon, so Doduo is kind of cool in that. It's compliment for all multi-headed ones, but Doduo was probably the first thing that'll ever come to mind when people say Pokemon multi-head. Okay, so JJ, your ruling is basically I still need to try to, but if I mess up, then there's no punishment. Okay, fair. Come on, these encounter rates. Eradicate. I have so few compliments left for you. You know, I like the shape of Eradicate's body, at least in this sprite. It's a very nice, like, oval that I otherwise, like, I don't know, it's very round. It is like a potato. It is exactly like a potato. Oh, hey, Mikan Pachi. An ad for ragu, and now you want some chicken parm. As an Italian American, I do not do jarred sauce, and if I have to, I add a lot of spices and herbs into it because it tastes very bland. But chicken parm sounds delicious. What I really like is eggplant parm or veal parm. Chicken parm is good, but it's very vanilla for me. I've had it so much. I prefer it with eggplant or with veal, which are two obvious, very different extremes. Italian too, just saying chicken parm, fair. Honestly, over recent years, my mom has gotten a little lazy, and now, oh, the accuracy's so bad, though. But it's special. Sure. No. Sonic Boom's not that great. But, Mikan, you can, do you have a way to send me that in Discord? Because that might be better. Through one of the, servers run together. But yeah, I was gonna say that my mom, over recent years, has gotten a little lazy and sometimes gets, jarred sauce. And anytime that she does that, I'm there for dinner, I have to add stuff into it. At the very least, it's amazing with some, like, oregano, some garlic powder, and some, red pepper flakes. Like, that alone does mask it a lot. But honestly, I don't go with the same spices every. I just open the cupboard there, and I'm just like, what do we got here that I can throw into this sauce to make it better? And I just kind of do it. I just kind of feel it out at this point. I am just that confident in my spices at this point, I guess. Okay, I will ban this person. Thanks for the heads up in the screenshot, so I know the context. Let me can I ban it through I could just ban it through chat, but let me see if I can ban it through no, the easiest way, I could technically do it through a bot, but the quickest way is just this. Okay, there we go. Giraffe rig. I realize there might be a loophole. Okay, JJ, so waterfall / champions. How does that work? If I'm switching from one champion, can I switch from one champion to another champion with the waterfall? It's ultimately not a big deal in this situation. I can handle Giraffe Rig either way. I'm more of just curious. Because both sides then are immune. Or no, there's the case of the waterfall affects me, not the Pokemon. To another champion or whoever's next in the party order. Got it. Well, I wouldn't want to use... I kind of want to switch to Pichu just for that ominous wind. Yeah, go hopping around stream for your friends. Okay, no worries, Mikan. Thank you for the heads up. I appreciate it. Dang it. Come on. Controller! And now, of all times, my controller decided to do its controller thing that... I need to figure out why it does that sometimes. Oh, I thought you had Ominous Wind. No, that's the other thing. Okay, you're fine. This is fine. This is fine. Also, Giraffe Rig. I actually always love Giraffe Rig. I like the asymmetrical head on one end. I'm glad they went with this Giraffe Rig other than the one that's the same on both ends. The one that's the same in both ends. Sure, it probably looked aesthetically nicer, but I like just how wrong Giraffe Rig looks. Right at the end of the rules. Yeah, it might be a good thing to note, since it's both a special case, but one that's probably not that uncommon. Execute. That being said, I'm staying for execute. Execute. I like that they are not actually eggs. Like the whole, they became more interesting to me as a Pokemon when I found out that they were seeds, not eggs. Which you would think would be pretty quickly, since I was started in Gen 1, but I was also a child and didn't retain everything I read in the Pokedex. Nor did I always read everything in the Pokedex. I was like 7. I don't think I necessarily like I'd probably read stuff and just not really process it and be like, cool. I don't know why I'm saving. I guess in case game crashes, we did a couple trainers and stuff. Ah, you're quick to turn around. Your new bark times be exhausted. Not quite yet, but I'm starting to worry about the long term of this. Ah, cool. Growlithe, you, I like Look how cute it is. It's just cute. I can do vague compliments. It's just cute. Sure, Kecleon. This is your time as much as any others it would be. Cute yet fierce. Yeah. I mean, I suppose in real life, if it was an angry Growlithe, I'd probably be afraid of it, but I used to actually really not be good with dogs. I grew up with cats, and when I was really little, my cousin's really big dog, I don't even know what kind of dog, but it was a really big dog. Like, I was really little. I was probably like 6 or something, or 5. And one of my parents lifted me up, and the dog, thinking it was playing, bit my ankle. Not enough to like need like stitches or anything, but enough to oh, this is not good. Sure. But enough to shake me up, so I was afraid, not outright afraid, but I would not get near dogs for years. Staryu, I need to give a compliment for Staryu. I like the way that they float at the ocean and top of the ocean, and their gems blink and communicate signals. It's so mysterious and cool of a concept. But yeah, so I got bit by a dog. I was afraid of them for years, or not afraid, but like I could be around dogs, but I would not like interact with them. And yeah, then we ended up getting a dog when I was like, or my family got a dog when I was like 17 or 18. And maybe a little, somewhere around there, late teens. It was for my sister. Gift for her for getting through a medical incident, blah blah blah. And I had to live with a dog, and yeah, I still actually wasn't really close to him until my dad passed away, but he was really close to my dad, and he took that hard, just like me, of losing my dad. And so me and him kind of would like comfort each other and just like hang out and just lay on the couch together while I'd like play games and stuff or watch TV. And yeah, I got attached to the little guy. He passed away earlier this year though. He's an old dog. He was, God, how old was he? 14, 15? 15-ish. 15, give or take a couple of years. He was an old dog. Nidorina. I never really knows how huge the ears are. And I kind of actually like how huge the ears are. Pretty good run for most breeds of dogs. Yeah, he was a little dog. Little dogs tend to live a little longer. He ended up going from kidney disease. He made it in his lifetime. He made it through like 3 surgeries, like 2 of them being on neck problems, and he had neck surgery twice. Like, he was a fighter though. Even when he had those surgeries, they'd give him enough sedatives that should knock out like at least a small horse, maybe a medium-sized horse. And he was a little dog. He was like up to my knee maybe when he stood. But yeah, that medicine did not knock him out. It was so hard to keep him not from running around the house right after he had surgery both times. I still wouldn't say I'm a dog person, but I've warmed up to dogs, and I loved him a lot. And I can get along with dogs now, but I don't know if I'd ever get a dog myself. I'd get a cat. Cat back home in the age of 15, slowing down, seems to be well for age. Ah, yeah, my cats didn't make it that far. They made it to like 12 or 13, but then they both ended up within like a year or two of each other. They both ended up coming down with cancer, with like intestinal cancer, and so both of them passed away. That was growing up. And then the only other cats. The only other cats I had, I only had for a couple of years before we ended up having to give them up to a farm because they just were not being able to like be we tried to socialize them, they wouldn't. They were completely antisocial with humans. They would not let humans near them, even though they were indoor cats. They would hiss, they would try to scratch. One of them, they're Aladdin and Jasmine. Aladdin warmed up enough to me. I was the only person he let pet him. Jasmine wouldn't let anybody near her ever. Not me, not the entire time we had her. If you went in the room, she was hiding in her little cat carrier and hiss at you if you try to get near her. So yeah, we ended up having to give them up. We decided they were probably better off being outdoor cats on a farm where they don't deal with people and they can just, do whatever they do, hunt rodents. And that was kind of a little hard because they were my pets, but like they weren't happy. And so those are the only cats I've had. I mean, the other two I had most of my childhood, like I said, 12 or 13 years, from like 5 to like late teens, and they were both really sweethearts. Sterling and Silver were their names. Either way, we're in a new route. I'm talking a lot. We need to draw a card. You know what? This top corner card. Ace of Swords. Ooh. So that just cancels it out. We have no waterfall. That is a net positive. We haven't had just a net positive draw in a while. I'll say we haven't had a card remove a rule in a while. So yeah, I will celebrate that ace. So that means where is, there we are. That means we can freely switch again. It was honestly one of the less punishing cards right now, but getting rid of a card is getting rid of a card. And it's getting rid of a card without replacing another one. Like, I would have not wanted a Snake Eyes at this point. So. Feeling great today. I feel like I can even beat the league champion. With only water Pokemon? Yeah, no. Yeah, they're Quillfish. I love Quillfish. I love most things about it other than that it sucks competitively. What am I going to compliment then specifically that I love about it? Source material. Quillfish is based off of a creature that I really love, the Blowfish, and I love it because it's so derpy looking but also so incredibly poisonous, and people are dumb enough to eat it and play Russian roulette with their lives for some raw fish. You regularly just forget it exists. I mean, that's fair. A lot of people do. I on the other hand, I've only in my life designed one Fakemon. I didn't draw it because I can't draw, but I designed it. Only one. And it was an evolution or alternate form of Quillfish. It could have gone either way. It was the only one I've outright fleshed out a full idea of. And I mean, I guess good that we got a Hisuian Quillfish, but I honestly think that was wasted potential Hisuian Quillfish. I don't love it. Quillfish is a Pokemon that I felt was super underrated, and yeah, it's forgettable, but I feel it's partly forgettable because it's a single stage that has no gimmicks and isn't good. So I think we could have had a much more interesting Blowfish. That being said, I still like Quillfish out of base design. Seaking, on the other hand, God. Every time this isn't the compliment, because this is not a compliment, but every time I look at Seaking, it somehow looks uglier than the previous time. But, God, I guess I like the... I like the shape of its tail. That's a nice tail shape. And Quillfish, I think Quillfish got the short end of the... It is a nice tail shape. Quillfish got the short end of the stick. It got the short end of the stick back in Gen 2 when it got no evolution, bad stats, nothing to make it really stand out. And then it got the short end of the stick again with Hisuian, where it just doesn't look much better. Especially for a regional form, it's one of the least interesting regional forms I've seen. If anybody wants to see, I did a tier list of all the Hisuian Pokemon. It is on my YouTube, if anybody wants to see. And Hisuian Quillfish scored pretty low. I think it was D tier. Overquill, I gave an F. Overquill, I really don't like. Even more than Hisuian Quillfish. But, those goldfish called the ones that look like koi? Do you mean koi? Hi, Potato Raticate. Potato Kate. Oh, Potato Kate. That would be such a good name for Raticate. Raticate. I like its ears have little notches. At least they look like they do. The right one definitely looks like it does. The one with the floofy tails like Seaking and those speckles. Oh, I don't know any other type. No, I think I got koi or carp. I don't know types of goldfish. I'm honestly not a big fish person in terms of eating fish. I love seafood, and I love a lot of sea creatures, and I guess there's some very odd fish like blowfish that I do like, but most vanilla fish I'm about. Shabunkin, you think, based on the Google? Okay, fair. That is not knowledge I think I ever possessed. I had pet fish as a very young child. Like many families, for me, it was my test pet kind of thing to see if I could have. They were low maintenance pets, so I didn't have to care for them much, and it was so my parents didn't have to get me anything else at the time. And fish are so boring to have as pets. I don't know why people do it. They don't interact much. It kind of sucks that they're in a tiny tank, but I think they probably don't care. The only fish I would want is in some hypothetical future, some hypothetical fantasy sci-fi future where I could somehow own a house and have a pond in the back. I would love to have a koi pond with a little like Japanese style koi pond with a little bridge over it. That is the only time I would actually want pet fish. That, or if I somehow was filthy rich, I wouldn't mind a big tank with stingrays. I really like stingrays. I've gotten to pet stingrays before at an aquarium, and they are really cool. But yeah, that's about it in terms of what I'd want to own as a fish. At least now as an adult. Mom's latest garden project, a big ceramic jar filled with water, put some lotuses and golden minnows in it. Ah, cool. Yeah, admittedly my stepdad is a, so go this way? Will I go that way? My stepdad owns a saltwater tank cleaning business and has several saltwater fish tanks where he keeps various sea life that he sells, as well as keeps for himself until he sells them. And oh, this is kind of a waste of time. And so he has a bunch of fish tanks. I have what's Brent's? Oh, cool. Bill's younger sister can't wink. I am so glad to hear that. Thank you. But yeah, so I've had to sometimes feed the fish in those tanks. Well, there's some fish. There's a lot of corals and anemones. Usually, I think he has had some sea cucumbers at some times. He's had shrimp. Yeah, they're kind of cool to watch sometimes. Spying on Bill's family? Apparently. I don't know, it's kind of creepy knowledge to have. Like... But, yeah, I will say I do like a lot of sea life. Most fish kind of bore me, but, like, sea life is in general is really cool. And it's almost more interesting to me at his fish tanks to watch like the anemones and the coral. The soft coral, hard coral's not as interesting to watch. Watching those is all pretty cool. God, I'm running out of thunderbolts. The sea cucumbers are rarely, when he's had them, I rarely see them because they tend to be buried in the sand until the night cycle where they'll come out and get active. He said brittle stars, they're generally not super interesting to watch. Like, brittle stars are interesting when they move, but they don't move much, especially in a tank when there's no predators. Clownfish. Clownfish are nasty. They are so mean. Like, when he cleans the fish tank, the clownfish will attack him. They'll bite him. His hand. They do not. They are very territorial. I've seen them literally bite holes into the fins of other fish in the tank. Like, take little bites out of their tail. Granted, their clownfish are super interesting. I think you probably know it, Shay J, but some people out there might not know about the clownfish. That all clownfish are born male, and then in a school of clownfish, or I don't think school is the right term, but the biggest male will grow really big, become really mean and territorial, and turn into a female. They cannot turn back into a male. Once they're female forever. But they will turn into a female. And if anything... And then the second biggest male will always be the alpha male in the male group. And if anything happens to the female, then that alpha male will become a female. And then the next biggest one will become the alpha male. That's the only interesting thing. You ever heard this? Yeah, trans girl boss clownfish for the win. Clownfish are interesting. By all rules in Finding Nemo, Nemo's dad should have became his mom when his mom died. But yeah, that's... Otherwise, I'm not huge on clownfish just because they're so nasty and mean. And I guess they're kind of cool to watch in the anemones. But that fact about them is like super interesting. Nature is wild. I don't know how... Like, obviously they don't control whether they become female. That's all just something in their genetic code. I don't know how the heck that works. That's... I'm sure scientists have got some idea. Marine biologists have some idea of how it works. Chemicals, blah, blah, blah. But it's just one of those science things that just kind of blows my mind. Oh, all this way for a nugget. But yeah, I'm a wealth of random knowledge about marine life. I always was super interested in marine life. A career path I seriously considered was marine biology. But ultimately one of the big reasons I didn't pick it is because I can't swim. That's a whole different story. I've tried, I've taken lessons, and I feel like I'd really be frustrated working with marine life and not able to like interact with them in the water. But yeah, I was always really into marine biology, and then it has helped having a stepfather who deals with them as a career, because I get to learn extra things that I didn't know. But like he's the person in their entire like city area, like any doctor's offices that have the fish tanks, he's the one that comes in and maintains them. And if they need more stuff, orders more stock or uses some he has to fill their stock. Doctor's offices, museums, places that have a fish tank, he tends to be the person to service them. And he used to have a saltwater fish store. But when him and his ex-wife got divorced, she kept the store and he kept the cleaning side of the business. Because they shared the store. I haven't been complimenting these wild Pokemon. Raticate. The contrast of the like beige and brown is a good contrast. I might have said that one before. I don't remember what I said anymore. I was on a marine life tangent. I've made it no secret. My favorite animal, period, is the squid. And if I'm being more specific, colossal squid. That's... yeah, I love sea creatures. Oh, wait, does this... Every time I heal at a Poke Center. Okay, so chance time doesn't trigger. Loophole. Plus, it would be really hard to switch out. There's no PC, but chance... that specifically says Poke Center. That was Inheritance's wording. Dang it. Compliment extra Radicant swimming abilities, then you can do more marine tangents. I guess. I don't consider rats aquatic or even semi-aquatic. I mean, some rodent. I guess capybaras kind of are semi-aquatic. Pikachu. I want to compliment the tail, but I actually don't like that they changed the tail for female ones. in terms of mascots, Pokemon that could be a mascot, it is entirely inoffensive. Yeah, rats are really good swimmers. I do know that. I still don't consider them semi-aquatic, but they are really good swimmers. I live in New York, not New York City. Different part of the state entirely, but I live in New York, and I'm already aware in New York City there are rats that swim around in those sewers. Oh yeah, yep, and that's what Raticate can learn surf, but it can't learn waterfall or whirlpool. I checked. Only surf. It is not good enough swimmer to swim up waterfalls or across whirlpools. Blastoise. Oh, there's so many ways I could compliment Blastoise. Blastoise is a wonderful Pokemon. I'll go for... I love how chunky Blastoise looks. It looks like tanky, like chunky, like... It is a hefty Pokemon, not just its shell. Look at the thickness of its arms, how huge its head is. It is a thick turtle. God, I wish I didn't say it like that. It's a better swimmer than Raticate. It is a better swimmer than Raticate. But, listen, I love Blastoise. I think the original 3 starters are all very solid, though Charizard's a little overrated, but that's not its fault. Thick turtle. What are you in? What's in here? Oh, this is where they are. Well, we only stream on Tuesdays, so only Tuesdays really mattered, and I think Tuesday is the beak, but it doesn't really matter. I haven't felt it's important enough to, I think it's just easier just to go around. I haven't felt it's important enough to seek them out. I could theoretically, between streams, grab the other items, but we're fine. What is even their deal? What, the day siblings? Their deal is they all are obsessed with a day of the week and an item. And they want to go... I don't know. People have hobbies. There's stranger NPCs in the Pokemon universe. Oop, you're a trainer. I'm surprised I didn't get caught on your site. Okay, that way's a dead end. So yeah. Hello, trainer.